Past perfect, passive voice. Construction. Had plus been plus past participle. Seen, spoken. Example verb. Scratch. I had been scratched. You had been scratched. He, she, it had been scratched. We had been scratched. You guys had been scratched. They had been scratched. Context. What's your opinion on university, Jim? Back when I was young, going to university had always been considered a sort of an elitist thing to do. And not everybody went because it was quite expensive. Besides, other jobs such as plumbers and electricians had been highly sought after as well. Interesting. So, what do you think about university in today's society? I think that in the past, universities had only been frequented by a small amount of people. But now that is changing, and today we see more and more people going to university. Yes, that's right. I guess it's because jobs are becoming less and less physical. I agree, although I will say we still have a real need for plumbers, cooks, electricians, etc. The last thing we want is a shortage of people doing these jobs. Interesting point. We'll continue our conversation another time. Yes, we shall. Analysis. 1. Back when I was young, going to university. Going is the gerund form of the verb go. Gerunds, verb plus ing, can function as subjects and objects. Here, going is functioning as the subject of the sentence. Other examples are, swimming is great. I like running. In the first sentence, swimming is a gerund and is the subject of the sentence. In the last sentence, running is a gerund and is the object of the sentence. I is the subject. 2. Going to university had always been considered. Had been considered is the past perfect in the passive voice. The passive is used to focus on the action of going to university and not on who or what is performing the action. 3. Other jobs such as plumbers and electricians had been highly sought after as well. Had been sought after is the past perfect in the passive voice. The passive is used to focus on the subject, other jobs such as plumbers and electricians. 4. Today's society. S is the possessive. The thing being possessed is society. You could also say the society of today, using the possessive of, but the possessive, apostrophe s, is much more common. 5. Universities had only been frequented. Had been frequented is the past perfect in the passive voice, and it's being used to emphasize the subject, universities. 6. That is now changing. Is changing is the present continuous in the active voice. We use the present continuous, am, is, are plus gerund, to talk about the present moment and also actions that are changing over time. 7. I guess it's because jobs are becoming less and less physical. Are becoming is the present continuous, active form, used to talk about an action that is changing over time. 8. We still have a real need for plumbers. Have a real need. Have is an auxiliary verb, and we use have to show possession of something or someone. A real need is the thing being possessed. Therefore, have is used. For example, I have 2 dogs. She has a house. Dogs and house are possessions, so we use have. 9. A shortage. The noun is shortage, the adjective is short, and the adverb is shortly. 10. We'll continue our conversation another time. Will is the contracted form of we will, and will continue is the future simple, active form, being used to talk about the future. 11. Yes, we shall. This is a form of ellipsis and is short for yes, we shall continue our conversation. Ellipsis is very common in English and is used to avoid redundancy.